Have you heard about hydroponics and aquaponics? These two innovative techniques are changing how we think about farming and food production. Let me explain why. Hydroponics is a soilless farming technique that uses nutrient-rich water to grow plants. This method is a land-sparing method which conserves water, making it a sustainable alternative to some other farming methods. Now, aquaponics is a symbiotic system that involves the interdependence of fish and plants. Now, the process of aquaponics starts with the fish, which are kept in tanks or containers. These fish can be a variety of different species, ranging from tilapia to trout, depending on the farmer's preferences. Now, the fish produce waste, which includes ammonia, nitrates, or other nutrients, but these waste products can potentially harm the fish if left to accumulate in a tank. However, in an aquaponic system, the waste is directed to grow beds where the plants are grown. Now, in these grow beds, typically they're filled with substrate materials such as a gravel or maybe a clay pebble. These substrates provide a beneficial place for bacteria to grow, essentially converting fish waste into more usable nutrients for the plants. As the nutrient-rich water flows through the grow beds, the plants then absorb the nutrients that they need to grow. The process of nutrient uptake not only provides plants with necessary elements to develop, but it also helps to purify the water that then goes back into the fish tanks or containers. The plants act as a filter, removing the harmful water and creating a clean and healthy environment for the fish. And once the plants filtered the water, it's cycled then back into the fish tank. This creates a system called the closed loop system, which is where the water is continuously recycled and reused, making it highly efficient and sustainable farming method. In addition to the benefits of sustainable farming and conservation, aquaponics also has several other advantages over some other farming methods. For example, it eliminates the needs for synthetic fertilisers and pesticides, which can harm the environment and human health. It also provides a year-round supply of fresh produce regardless of the weather conditions, as often these can be grown in warehouses or greenhouses. It allows for various fruits and veg and herbs to be produced, and one of the critical benefits is scalability. It can be implemented on a scale in the backyard or on a large commercial operational premises. It can even be adapted to urban farming, where it can grow produce in the hearts of cities, reducing food miles and carbon emissions, allowing for fresh, locally grown produce to be produced. It's truly a revolutionary technique combining the best of hydroponics and aquaculture to create a more sustainable, regenerative, and efficient system that benefits both the plants and the fish. Using this technique, we can revolutionize how we grow our food, creating a more sustainable and locally sourced food system, where urban agriculture is increasingly going to be important in food security and for a solution, and relying on more locally produced food for city dwellers will have no end of benefits. However, agricultural methods traditionally are not feasible for urban environments, and this is where your aquaponic systems effectively come into their own. So hydroponics and aquaponics are highly adaptable and can be implemented even in the smallest of spaces and grown in a variety of different ways, such as your vertical farming and other systems, making them more ideal for an urban environment. They can function with very little soil, such as in areas like rooftops, balconies, or apartments. This means that individual communities and organizations can grow fresh produce locally, reducing the need for food transportation and decreasing CO2 emissions from food miles. In addition, hydroponics and aquaponics are much less water intensive than traditional agriculture methods, making them a more sustainable solution for urban farming. Grey water is effectively recycled within the system, reducing the overall water consumption and the need for irrigation. Hydroponics and aquaponics are also year-round farming, regardless of the weather conditions, as they're normally grown internally. Plants can be grown year-round with proper lighting, temperature control, and providing that consistent supply of fresh produce. Furthermore, these techniques offer control over growing conditions, allowing for you as a farmer to customize the nutrient levels, the pH balance, and temperature. Farmers can then go on to optimize yields and production as they need to, and produce healthier and more flavorful varieties of fruit and vegetables. And overall, the benefit of aquaponics can significantly increase the access that urban residents have to a variety of different food produce, and potentially where restaurants can start to also develop their own growing system to reduce their own emissions and effectively have their own locally grown produce on their own doorsteps. These innovative techniques. So let's